Good morning. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome to the morning live. Sorry I'm a little late this morning. Good morning, Lindsay. How are you? How's it going? Good morning. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Did I leave that? No, I didn't. Holy moly. 82 of you in here. You're not wanting to get out of bed. I don't blame you. I've been out of bed since like 6 o'clock or a little after. I don't want to get out of bed either. Good morning. Welcome in, guys. Welcome to the morning live. This is where we talk self-development, motivation. I do not do yes/no questions in the morning. That is strictly on my evening streams. I'm usually on at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So you're welcome to come back then. This is a morning live about your self-development, empowering yourself. We are finishing up You Are a Badass Every Day today. So we learn different ways on how to motivate ourselves and, really strengthen ourselves and our willpower and keeping us moving towards what it is that we want. You went back to bed. I don't blame you. Thank you for the follow, guys. I appreciate you. So what we do here in the mornings is we start off with a 5-minute meditation before we get into the book. That I'm going to wait a few minutes to see who else is going to be joining us. I have a few people who are my regulars. I just want to make sure that they're in here, if they can be. So if you guys have any questions regarding like manifesting or, anything along those lines, I'm happy to answer them. I'm not answering yes/no questions or doing tarot readings in the morning. That's strictly on my evening streams. And again, that's usually at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So it's Wednesday, so we want to make it a wonderful Wednesday. And again, this morning's lives are always about like starting your day off right. Thank you for the follow. You're trying to manifest love. Well, first and foremost, you have to find it within yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to really appreciate yourself. And then you have to become the person who has love. Well, we're happy to have you, Lisa. Appreciate you being here. So when it comes to love, I always advise people to imagine and understand what it is that they want in a relationship. I do not suggest a specific person manifesting. You can, but it's a lot of pressure on you and the other person, because everybody has free will, and we don't want to take someone's free will away from them. You would not appreciate it if somebody tried to manifest you into your life that you didn't care about. So it's important to remember that. But if you know what type of relationship you want and how you want to feel in that relationship, that's going to get you more towards manifesting the relationship you desire. But you have to become that person who has that relationship. So you have to become secure within yourself. You have to become loving within yourself. You have to become kind, or whatever it is that you're seeking in love. You have to come at first, because we don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. So you have to really take a good hard look at yourself and say, okay, Do I have these qualities within myself that I'm expecting of my partner? And then if not, then you have to really start to change that within yourself. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Hello, Christy. Good morning. So that's the biggest thing is, you have to really recognize within yourself who you are and if that is something that you desire within yourself. I told God what I wanted in a man and I got it, my husband. Yes. And that's the same thing. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the universe, source, your guides, your angels, your higher self, whatever it is that you connect with, you have to let them know what it is that you want and allow them to bring it to you too. But you have to be able to recognize all of that within yourself too. Let me silence my phone. Your spirits and angels. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. You can always ask them for guidance, ask them for help in becoming strong within yourself, and going that way. But yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of also declaring what it is that you want. So you have to be very clear on that as well. But yeah, so many people are like, I mean, some people just say out loud, I want a man to do this, 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 this. Sometimes even look a certain way, and it comes because you have faith. You have to have faith. I am not doing yes nos in the morning. I don't do yes nos. Specifically on my evening streams. TikTok's funny. Like, I have not gotten a whole lot of people in my lives. And all of a sudden, when I start this morning, I had over 100 people in here. You're welcome. Like, what? It just amazes me. Good morning, Laura. How are you, sweetheart? Waking up. I've been up for a couple of hours, but I still feel like I'm half asleep, so I'll give it a couple more minutes and see if Britt and Indigo make it in. Otherwise, we'll get started with our 5-minute meditation here in just a moment. And then we'll get into the book. Life is amazing. Now it's school time, yeah. Yeah, my kids left about an hour ago, so. Thank you for the follow. You're taking Lily now. Yeah. My kids start, they start at 8, but they go in and get breakfast and everything. So they leave here about 20 after 7, which is nice. Gives me some time to kind of ease into my day. Just didn't have my phone, or else I would have been on right at 8 like normal. So I was a little late. It's 47 there. I don't even know what it is here. It's foggy though. It's really foggy. I don't do yes nos in the morning, guys. That's specifically on my evening stream. You're welcome to come back. You're welcome to stay and hang around. This is a motivational live in the morning, how to start your day off right. We're finishing the book You Are a Badass Every Day. So you can stick around and catch a little bit of snippets if you like. If not, that's okay too. But we want to get our day started right so that we start creating the days that we want and then creating the lives that we want. Linz, can you post up about the 5-minute meditation for me, please? I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. This is where we just close our eyes, take some deep breaths, relax your jaw, relax your body, and just breathe. Let your mind clear. You're going to want to entertain your thoughts, and that's okay, but bring your awareness back to your breathing to kind of get out of your thoughts again. I don't do yes, no's in the morning. And so we're going to take the time and just breathe. So that way our mind is clear and we're open to receive the information we're about to get into. Good morning, Indigo. Thank you, Lindsay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to go off screen for a few while doing this, and then we will come back and we'll finish up the book. So see you in 5. time is up. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more calm, more grounded, more centered. Welcome into you. I don't do yes no's in the morning, but it will be a great day if you want it to be a great day. So that's one thing to remember. That's what this live is about. Is all about creating the day that you want. So, how's everyone feeling? You ready to finish this book? I could have finished it yesterday, but it's alright. So the first bit in this book, it says, if you keep waiting for the right time, you'll keep living the wrong life. And if you think about that, when we're waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, we're wasting time, right? Whereas if you take the initiative and you start moving towards what you want instead, things are going to start happening a lot faster. And things will start coming into your life that you truly do want. Whereas if you sit there and wait, the right time's never going to appear, right? I know a lot of people, you know, when they're younger, and they're like, oh, we're waiting for the right time to start a family. There's never a right time, you know, because a lot of people are worried about cost and everything. You'll never be ready. Okay, Lindsay. You just need to go after it, and you figure it out along the way. That's how it is with anything, right? You take a leap on yourself and you figure it out along the way. You can have answers and you can prepare, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. But you shouldn't wait for the right time, wait for the right opportunity, because chances are it's right in front of you, you just don't see it. When I was a kid, I had a stuffed animal that I named Scruffy, after our neighbor's little white dog, a West Highland Terrier, because he looked just like him. Scruffy was not the most high-end stuffed animal in my extensive collection. In fact, he was most likely the lowest on the low end. He had a wiry white fur, was stuffed with hay, and was as flat as roadkill. Someone probably won him at a carnival by throwing a ping-pong ball at a goldfish in a cup or something. Regardless, he was one of my favorites, and I brought him everywhere, which meant that on top of his already challenged physique, he was also filthy, matted, missing an eye, and had a hole in his stomach where the hay came out. My mother didn't try to hide her disgust, and on several occasions suggested he'd make a better fly swatter than a bedmate, which she thought was all sorts of hilarious. But she never got a laugh from me. Thank you for the follow. One day, while waiting 900 hours for my mother to finish talking to her friends in a supermarket parking lot, I investigated every inch of Scruffy out of boredom. His dirty little pink nose, his remaining green plastic eye, his long tail, his pointy little ears, and all of a sudden I realized something. I'd never even considered before. Scruffy wasn't a dog. He was a cat. I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but I can still feel the shock and the terror. It was like having your dad slowly peel off his face to reveal he's actually the school principal and has been all along. I never questioned Scruffy's dogness because there was a dog who looked just like him in my immediate environment, which meant that's what dogs look like, so Scruffy must be a dog. I didn't investigate. I just took what appeared before me as truth. This is what happens to most of us when we grow up and start piecing together our perceptions of our worlds and ourselves. We take a quick look at the reality around us and figure, alrighty, this is how it is. Noted. We go through life accepting these truths, many of which make us miserable. And it isn't until we wake up and investigate that we suddenly discover unexpected and liberating insights hiding beneath our old, dirty, scratchy beliefs. Choose something that relates to your goal that you're currently struggling with or that has always tripped you up. A great way to get clear on what's going on with you is to really listen to how you talk and what you say about your quest. For example, let's say your goal is to meet your special someone. Listen to how you talk about dating, or the availability of awesome single people, or your skills as a flirter, or your opinions of couples in general. Chances are excellent that if you're having trouble finding someone, your language and your beliefs about finding love aren't in alignment with what you say you desire. And I say this all the time. We talk about it all the time on here. You have to be aware of what you're saying, how you're thinking. And the way to get clear on that is listen to the way you speak. Thank you for the follow. Spend today talking and thinking and journaling about your goal, and write down any negative thoughts or beliefs that come up for you, and then investigate the crap out of them. For example, let's say you bust yourself on the thought that if I meet someone, he'll eventually cheat on me. You could then investigate that by asking, where did this belief come from? Are there any men out there who don't cheat? Is it possible that my awesome non-cheating guy exists and I just haven't met him yet? Hello, Happy New Year. Keep investigating your thought until it turns around. We are at the helm of how we perceive everything. So a turnaround is absolutely available if you keep peeling back the layers of your reality. Once you unearth the rickety foundation of the truth you've been settling for, come up with a new belief or a saying to replace the old one, such as, I'm in a happy and committed relationship with my loyal and loving man, and I'm so excited I can barely stop squirming. And say it over and over until he walks into your life. Really, truly do this exercise, please. It sounds so simple, but it can unlock the door to untold awesomeness. Good morning, good morning. So, we've been talking about that a lot too, like putting in these new beliefs in your mind, right? And repeating them. I do not answer yes no questions in the morning. That's strictly on my evening streams. So make sure that you're finding what you're saying and turn it around. Journaling is a good way to do this, right? Listening to how you're speaking with your friends about what you want. Listening to how you just talk in general about the things that you desire. If you want a business, I don't know. If you want a business or if you want to create a successful business, but if you're sitting there saying it's hard and I struggle, I don't know what I'm doing, you're going to continue hitting these roadblocks of I don't know what I'm doing, so you get stuck. You have to really be clear and be mindful of what it is that you're saying. It was on the floor in the bedroom. So, I don't know, Justin. It was on the floor. I'm in the middle of a live. I'm not getting bitchy. Knock it off. Notice 5 things that you love about yourself that you'd never focused on before. Oh, you know what? It's probably downstairs by the air fryer. The things you normally appreciate don't count. The point is to stretch yourself to notice how special you are by looking beyond what you usually see. For example, along with being great at your job, having a stellar sense of humor, being a loyal friend, an awesome parent, etc., perhaps you're extremely punctual and you have an excellent ear for harmony. Stretch yourself to notice how much wonderfulness you have to share with the world. Sit in a grateful stupor and about what a lovable individual you are. So, again, we want to take the time and notice the 5 things that you love about yourself that you've never focused on before. So the normal things you normally appreciate don't count. You want to look beyond that. You want to stretch yourself beyond that. And you want to explore what you haven't before. Good morning, guys. I do not answer yes/no questions in the morning. That's is just exclusively on my evening streams. How would you behave if the person you respected most in the entire world were watching? A lot of the times, which to me what this means is, think about like when you were a child and, you know, your parents, you respected your parents. They were, you know, you never wanted to disappoint them. And I think that's kind of where she's going with this, is because you wanted the respect of them, you wanted to be respectful of yourself. So you were quote unquote on your best behavior. You always outdid yourself, right? You always pushed harder. And it's a reminder to push harder for you. I recently went to a brewery where they let people anonymously buy beers for other people who aren't there. So if you want to make your pal's day, you can buy her a beer, stick her name on the board, and then the next time she walks in, she's like, oh, wow, look at that. A free beer just for me. Guys, I do not answer yes/no questions in the morning. I mean, how great is that? What says I love you better than a free anonymous beer? My friend told me that she buys people beers all the time. In fact, she's got a business a few doors down, and whenever she has to deal with a super crotchety or annoying customer, she walks over to the brewery and buys them a free beer to clear the energy and let the conflict go. I mean, how great is that? What clears the energy and allows you to let go better than a free anonymous beer? Love you. Have a good day. Huh? Okay. I'm so in love with all of this that I want you to think about ways you can do something special for the people around you too. Yes, even the people who annoy the crap out of you. Especially the people who annoy the crap out of you. Whether it's taking a moment to send them some love, or finding compassion for them, or getting them a little gift, or making a point to really listen to them. Make the conscious effort to give back in many ways as you can today, and notice how it shifts your energy. Guys, I don't answer yes/no questions in the morning. That's exclusively on my evening stream. Thank you, Indigo. Your job is to connect to your heart. Get clear on what you desire and align your thoughts, feelings, energies, and actions with this desire. That is your job. The universe will decide the how, the when, the where, and the what. That is the universe's job. Have patience, faith, and gratitude. Patience, faith, and gratitude. It's all on the way. You are closer than you think. So that's the end of it. The acknowledgements say enormous thanks to all the badasses out there who continue to show up, do the work, face their fears, and change the world by changing themselves. Equally gigantic thanks to my agent of awesomeness. Blah, blah, blah. So, the biggest thing right now to do is to look at yourself. Find things about yourself that you can appreciate and expand on, right? Really dig deep into that. Look at some of the things that you're desiring and listen to the way you talk about it. I want a new car. Well, I don't have good credit. Well, I don't have, I can't get a loan. And listen to what you're saying and change it, okay? If you're sitting there saying, well, I can't get a loan because I don't have good credit, start reaffirming that you are smart with money, you're good with money, You have a great credit score, right? And it doesn't matter how you get that car. There could be other ways that come up, that show up, that you get a new car. It could be gifted to you. I mean, I've seen it. I've had it happen to me. It could be that, you come into some money unknowingly. There's so many different ways that things can happen. It's not up to you to figure it all out. Let the universe bring it to you. Yes, review our perspectives on the things we base our decisions on. Exactly. So, I mean, I guess I should have tried to finish this yesterday, but that's okay. And tomorrow we'll start the new one, the bad habits or badass habits. But you can't give up. Don't wait for the right time. Start moving towards what it is that you want. I'm not pulling cards or doing yes, no questions in the morning. Thank you, though. That's all on my evening stream. I appreciate you asking, though. Don't wait for the right time. Start moving towards what you want, whether it's just looking at things, right? Maybe you want to move. Start looking at apartments or homes or townhouses or whatever it is that in the area that you desire, in your dream neighborhood. Stop limiting yourself. Stop with the negativity. Stop with, I can't have this because. Find out why you believe that. Where did it all come from? Guys, I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I don't know if anybody wants to give an example of what they're trying to manifest or what they desire and where they feel they are being blocked. So if anybody wants to share an example, we can definitely go down that road. Just to kind of help show how to do something like this. So maybe somebody, again, is trying to find love. What is it that you're saying, man or woman? What are you saying about the partner or potential partner that you're trying to attract, right? So if it's a woman seeking a man, what do you say about men? Do you sit there and talk about how men are pigs, or there's no good, like she said, he's bound to cheat on me? You're manifesting that, right? Perhaps you feel that it's hard to have a trusting relationship. Why? Where did that start from? Maybe there's something that happened to you, when you were younger, and it set the tone, right? Maybe your first serious relationship, your partner did cheat on you. Or maybe, they broke your heart. And you thought everything was great and they broke your heart, right? So then after that, you were guarded and constantly like, well, I don't want to get in too deep because they're just going to eventually break my heart. You created this cycle, right? So we need to go back and we need to say, just because this happened doesn't mean that everybody is going to break your heart. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to cheat on you. It doesn't mean that every man out there is, disloyal, or woman, right? Men could be saying, it's hard to find a good woman around here. Or, I live in a small town, so my choices are slim. They may be, but that doesn't mean that you can't find somebody. It could be somebody that you meet through an acquaintance. It could be somebody that you meet, at church, right? Maybe you go out of town and you go visit a friend. Maybe you meet someone there. You don't have to keep yourself contained to this small area. You don't have to keep telling yourself that, it's hard to find a woman that wants to, perhaps be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe that's your dream. Maybe that's your dream, is to have your wife, you want to have your wife to where she stays home and she enjoys it, right? But you still have, you're not going to find very many women that are so happy and gung-ho about doing everything at home either, too. I'm just speaking from experience. But, perhaps that's something you want to do. Maybe you see yourself being that provider, allowing your wife to, raise your children and you guys have a good bond. Maybe, I don't know. I've been out of the dating scene for nearly almost 19 years. So, and even before that, it's been far too long. So I don't know what all the issues are on the men's side. I hear a lot of women issues, obviously, being a woman and having a lot of women friends. But, I know that there's issues. Some guys, they just think that all women are doing is partying, right? Maybe they're like, well, she likes to party. She likes to go out. That's not something I want. Okay, well, where would you meet a woman that you want? Like, what are some things that you would want to do? Maybe you like to rock climb. Maybe you like to go hiking. Maybe you like to go bowling, right? You have to do those things that you love, because chances are you're going to meet somebody that enjoys that as well. The chances of meeting somebody who enjoys the same things you do is if you go out and do your things that you love to do, right? You can't just always be sitting at home pondering, well, when am I going to meet this person? It's an interesting thing these days. I bet it is. I mean, a friend of mine, my best friend, she lives just a few doors down from me. She got divorced last year. She's been divorced for a year. She's dated a little bit here and there, and it's a different world. She was married for, it would have been 10 years this past year, I think. Yeah. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, and she had been with her husband for years before that too. So it's totally new scene. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. And, half the time being the age that we are too, like, she takes care of her son. She doesn't do much in her free time. So it created a situation where she had to get uncomfortable. She had to do something she's never done before. Yeah, a lot's changed over 25 years. Exactly. Exactly. So, you know, enter in online dating where she probably didn't do that before. I mean, I don't know for sure. So, but the important thing is to really look at what it is that you want. Wasn't a thing, yeah. Um, Look at what it is that you are wanting, whether it's a relationship, whether it's to create, your own business, or to get a better job, or to get promoted. Maybe it's to become healthier, right? Maybe you have this goal. I mean, we're in the new year, right? Maybe you have this goal to lose 20 pounds or more or less. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's just I want to create a routine to where I do something each and every day, right? You have to start listening to yourself about what you're saying about that, because you're gung ho about it when you make that resolution, right? I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up every morning. I'm going to get up an hour before I normally do so I can have a workout and, get my day rolling. What is it that you say once that moment comes to where you don't want to get out of your warm bed, right? Where you want to just keep hitting snooze. What is it that you tell yourself that it's okay to give up on it? Because it gets a little difficult. That's when you need to push, right? Because trust me, I'm speaking from experience here. I always would be like, nope, I'm going to get up an hour earlier. I'm going to work out. I'm going to get my day started right. I'm going to get in the shower and, and be ready for my day at normal time, but will have had a great workout and feel pumped and the adrenaline. Like, if you just do that once, twice, start writing down how you feel. At the end of the day, how do you feel? Did you have more energy throughout the day? Right? Did you start to feel better? Were you a little bit more hungry? Were you, did you drink more water? What could have you have done a little bit better? Maybe you needed to drink more water. Maybe you needed to prepare your snacks or, your food a little bit better. Really examine it. So that way, and you're just trying to enforce that a mile in the morning, right? But see what's working. Maybe you tried to run a mile before you've even walked a mile, right? Notice the accomplishments you do have. Well, I got up and you know what? I ran for a minute straight before I had to walk. I never thought I would be a runner, ever. I didn't really care to run, ever. It wasn't one of the things I cared to do. But a couple years ago, well, more than a couple years ago, probably almost 10 years ago, roughly 8 years ago, I decided I wanted to run just to see what I could do. And you know what I did? I did that couch to 5K program. And it worked. It freaking worked. And that was when I was coming off of being told I needed to have a hip surgery, a hip replacement surgery within 5 years. So yeah, it was like 8 years ago. And I was running. I was running, 3 miles within, I think it's like 6 weeks or something. But it was small. It was small increments. And every time, like, I think you start off with like 60 seconds of walking, 60 seconds of running, or it's 60 seconds of running, 90 seconds of walking. right? And it just slowly builds up. Sometimes you're running, like at like week 3, I think you're running for 2 minutes and then you're walking for 60 seconds, right? Every time that I would stay running for the whole time that the app told me to, I celebrated that because that was a victory. Because I was told that I wouldn't be able to run. I was told that, my hips were junk. And the more you celebrate those little wins, the more you're going to keep pushing. So even if all you do is get up out of bed and you push play, or you go outside and you walk down the street and back, celebrate that, because you know what? You didn't do that yesterday. Yesterday you gave yourself an excuse of not to, right? Okay, I got up out of bed, I walked outside, I walked a block, I came home. You know what? I didn't do that yesterday. I'm proud of myself. And tomorrow I'm going to go just a little bit further. Keep pushing yourself. Keep stretching yourself. Welcome back, Lindsay. And celebrate even doing the same thing, right? Maybe you're like, oh, I just don't know if I can push myself a little bit further today, but I'm at least going to do what I did yesterday. Do that. Celebrate that. Because that's still a victory. You're still doing something nice for yourself. You're still working towards your goal, whatever that might be. And celebrate it. And with love, if you're trying to move towards a relationship, right? Maybe you're shy. Maybe you're afraid to approach somebody. And maybe you do. Maybe you're out and about and you notice somebody, across the room. So you go say hi and you introduce yourself. Maybe you don't give them your name, your number. Maybe you do. But you just taking a leap of faith and introducing yourself is also you breaking down those excuses of what you can't do. Right? A lot of people say, I can't talk to guys. I can't talk to girls. Yeah, you can. You're just giving yourself an excuse that you can't. Stop giving yourself excuses. Start busting those excuses. Start busting those false realities, those false limiting beliefs. Bust them. You can do this. You can absolutely do this. And you can, start gaining confidence in yourself. Maybe you get shot at. Maybe you approach this person and they're like, I don't want to talk to you. Right? Maybe you say, hello, my name is Marci. And they're like, I don't got the time of day for you. Okay. Don't take that as a loss. Take that as a win. Look, my one mentor would say, look to be rejected. Face rejection. A lot of us are afraid of rejection. Go for the no's. Right? Keep hitting the no's, because the more no's you get, the more confident you get. As weird as that sounds, right? Because once you get that yes, you're like, yes, I didn't quit. I didn't quit. Right? Face rejection. Don't fear it. Face it. And don't take it to heart, because it just wasn't right for you. I don't answer yes, no questions in the morning. That's in my evening streams. So, look to have fun throughout your day, right? Maybe you make it a game. Let me go talk to this person, see if they reject me. See what happens. Or go to the deli counter and ask them to, slice you up just 2 slices of cheese instead of a pound or a half pound. See what happens. Because that's not the norm. And you can just be like, can you just slice me a piece of this? That's it. That's all I want. And see what they say. Because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. But once it's done, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I saw somebody on TikTok do it with gas. He went in there and he's just like, I want to get 57 cents worth of gas. Because he had social anxiety. So we'd go in there and he'd ask for something odd, something off the wall. And they would do it. And then, you know, he'd go back in and he'd be like, okay, now I'm really going to get like $10 or $20 or whatever. He's like, I just had to do that to get over my fear of asking for something ridiculous. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I do not answer yes, no questions in the morning. So, ask yourself, how can I face a fear today? Can I ask somebody for something so ridiculous that they're going to give me some wild looks? And explore that. Maybe you're like, I can't do it today. Like, I just can't. And then ask, and explore that. Maybe you're like, I can't do it today. Like, I just can't. And then ask yourself why. Why am I scared? Am I scared of the looks? Am I scared of rejection? Am I scared of, you know, looking like a crazy person? And explore that. Good morning, Morgan. You know, this is how you start seeing what you're really scared of. And when you can face it in some funny or... Huh? I have no idea. I'm guessing he's going with Mike. Huh? So, I mean, we want to explore the fears and face them. Make it something ridiculous that it doesn't really matter, but explore why you don't want to do it and push yourself to do it. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying like go out there and like, I don't know, make a total ass of yourself, but you know what? Maybe today you go ask your boss for a raise. Just for fun. Love you too, babe. That's awesome. Congratulations. So, you know, like, really explore this. Guys, I don't answer yes, no questions in the morning. That's strictly on my evening stream. For some reason, I think I'm going to have to start separating my yes, no questions and my morning lives. My yes, no questions and tarot might need to go on my backup account. And this may just need to be for our self-development. Might make things a little easier. Separate the two. Yeah, or vice versa. Yeah, that's true. I saw that. Congratulations on your 5 positives. So, yeah. Yeah. The only thing is my backup account is all about tarot too, just because. And this one seems to be going more towards the self-development. Eventually they'll get the hint when I'm not on doing that on this account. So if you want yes, no questions, it has been so constant. I'm doing good. How are you? Like, more than normal. I mean, even after I say I'm not answering them, and then we get 3 more of the same question. And then even when you post, like, no yes, no questions. The one thing I do want to ask you guys, because we are done with this book and we will be moving into badass habits starting tomorrow, what it is that you want to do next after we finish Jen Sincero's series. um, what book you want to... You're welcome. What book you want to explore after that. I don't know if you guys have any idea. I have on hand Think and Grow Rich, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. I have The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. How to Work Miracles or something, also by Napoleon Hill. I know I have some John Maxwell ones. Okay, Lindsay. I'll be here for a little bit longer and then probably hopping off. So. Oh, excuse me. I need to somehow do a poll. Thanks for sharing the live. Although I'm not answering yes/no questions this morning. But yeah, that's what I've been trying to discover is where we move after this one. Kind of because I would like to give people a heads up, so if they want to get the book or grab it from the library or whatever, so they have it on hand if they want to follow along. I want to keep track of how many books we do this year as well, because this is definitely something that we're going to see change with just by reading and holding each other accountable and showing up each day. I'd love to see if anybody has done it yet. If not, if they haven't done it, maybe consider doing it, writing down like what your goals are for 2023, right? And also maybe a little description of what your life is like right now and where you want it to be, and see how it changes over the course of the year by doing all of this. I have one that I can't remember the title. Okay, just let me know. You seem to be the one that follows along with the book, so we can always move into whatever it is that you have as well. But like I said, I know I have some John Maxwell books too. He's a good one to follow as well. I think I have, excuse me, The Slight Edge. I think that's by Jeff something. Jeff Olstrom, something like that. I might have The Compound Effect too, by Darren Hardy, I think. I don't know. I have so many. I love them. And I love that how we do it here, and just kind of reflecting on what we go over each day and applying what we have, because that's the only way. You can read as many books as you want, but if you don't apply what you learn, it's pointless. So that's why I really like the You Are a Badass at Making Money, because even though the quote unquote homework or exercises kind of were like, okay, if you really did them, if you really applied it, you saw a lot. You saw what you were doing. You saw where you were tripping up. So that's always, nice to kind of see in plain black and white where you were roadblocking yourself. I know I have A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle somewhere. Oh, the other one I have, I don't know where I put it. I know I have it because I just saw it not too long ago, and it's like the art of not giving a fuck or something like that. I forget what it's called. I think I have that somewhere. I know, I just saw it somewhere up here. I don't know where I stashed it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was just telling the girls yesterday too that it's amazing how, not that my weekends are bad. Yeah, there's a lot from the series to keep up on. Yeah. Not that my weekends are bad, but I feel more motivated and in a much better mood during the week when we do these lives. And I said, I'm just not willing to commit to an 8 a.m. Saturday or Sunday morning live just yet. I mean, I probably could because my kid has basketball practice every Saturday throughout this month. But like, it's amazing. I can see the difference in my attitude when we do these lives versus when we don't. So like even Monday was rough. Monday was rough. Um, and I have no reason to say why. And I was just drained and exhausted. Oh, hell no. I could though. I know, but like, I'm like, well, maybe I could do like a noon live, right? Saturday and Sunday. Um, depending on what's going on with my kids and everything. Um, but just because I feel in a much better mental space the days that we have this push, right? It's, I don't know. My mind's just in a much better place during the week, which is odd because, most of the time, we're all working or we're doing something and we're just trying to get to the weekend. That's a bit better. Yeah, I agree. Just because I like to sleep. I like to sleep. And I know, I don't work a 9 to 5, right? So I can't, if I was working 9 to 5 or whatever, like it would be like, that's a big hell no for me. I'm not getting up that, like I could, but I don't want to. And even where I'm at now, like I could get up, but I don't want to. Chances are I'll be up anyways, but like I don't want to physically like force myself awake, especially if like I have a long live the night before in the evening. Excuse me. So, but that's something I'm toying with. I don't want to like commit to it this weekend, but maybe that's something that we can figure out. And also, once the badass boot camp starts too, that's gonna, like, the weekly calls are gonna be on Sundays. So, I'll need to work around that as well. And that starts February 5th. If anybody is interested, I need to get that landing page up. But what it is it's 4 weeks, and you'll get 5 like exercises a week. So Monday through Friday, same thing. You'll be getting things like this, on what to focus on, work with, and then we'll have a group call every Sunday to go over things, discover, talk about what we discovered, and have just like a chat session regarding all of that. You'll get one-on-one call with me throughout the month, kind of helping you. I'd like to do it in the middle of the program with most people, depending on how many people are there. So that way we can check in, okay, where did you start? What's your goal? And what are you struggling with right now? And what can I help you with? Right. And then of course we're going to have like a community, a Facebook community or a Discord community. I'm not sure yet. And so that's priced at $297 for the month. Again, you'll have 20 exercises, and it'll be 5 group calls, not just 4. So it's 4 weeks, but I want to finish off with like a wrap up, right? I want to do a kickoff call and a wrap up call. So that's what the Badass Bootcamp is all about. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Again, that's going to be $297 for the whole month. And again, you get the group calls, you get the exercises each day, and then you'll also get a one-on-one call with me. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the Badass Bootcamp. Goodness. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep that kind of small. I don't want to go too big. At least for the first one. Maybe after that, expand it. But I want to keep it small. Does anybody else have anything to add before we close out for the day? What you are going to focus on, what you are going to look forward to, or explore? Are you excited for the new book? So I'll read the back of this book so you guys understand what we're going to be getting into with that. It says, put your badassery on autopilot. New York Times bestselling author Jen Sincero gets to the core of transformation, habits. With Jen's blunt humor and knack for chunking down overwhelming concepts into easy-to-implement actions, Badass Habits will help you clear psychological blocks that have kept you from sticking to your habits in the past. Master the art of setting healthy boundaries, an essential and underrated aspect of habit formation, and teach you proven tools and tricks for permanently changing behaviors that need an overhaul. Habit busting and building go way beyond becoming a dedicated flosser or never eating another French fry. Our habits reveal our self-perceptions, our beliefs about what's possible, and our general sense of reality. By offering a much-needed fresh take on the wisdom and science around the age-old topic of habits, enlightening interviews with people who've successfully strengthened their disciplined backbones, and a helpful 21-day step-by-step guide for success. Badass Habits can help you make any new goal a joyful habit. I think it will help pull in the other books. Yes, I agree. Good morning. Yeah, I think it's a good roundabout, a good what is the word I'm looking for? Words are hard today. A good anchor. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I definitely feel like this is going to round it all out very well. I don't answer yes, no questions in the morning. That's only on my evening streams. And who knows, maybe we come back to these, maybe in the middle of the year or something, and see how we absorb the information differently. Just a thought. I really enjoy her writing. I enjoy her all around. I like her writing. I like the way it just flows. So, with that, guys, I think I will let you all go. Get ready for the day. Again, explore 5 things about yourself that you really enjoy, that you haven't before. Yeah, I like them. We'll definitely revisit them. And then, really start looking at the way that you speak about things. especially about things you want. New job, new love, a new home. Listen to what you're saying. Bust yourself, especially when you have a negative thought or spoken word, and bust it and change it. You do too. You have a wonderful day too, Indigo. All right, guys. Make it a good day. Make it a wonderful Wednesday. I love you guys, and I will see you later. I'll probably be back on about 8 p.m. tonight for our evening stream with yes, no questions and tarot readings. Again, I am keeping my list to 10. So if you guys want to, if you wanted to get on a list to get up on it immediately, you can set that up. You can message me, whatever you want to do. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Take care.